The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
And give it two claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! It's the Saturday morning sports show right here live from Slumberland in Mexico. And we have got a lot of sports to talk about today. First off, Mizzou Tigers ranked 15th, taking on Vanderbilt, number 10. Big matchup in college football. Both teams 6-1 and 2-1 in SEC play. They'll be playing in Nashville this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that. Week 9, high school football last night. The last games of the regular season. North Callaway with a big win, 54-0 over Wright City. Also Centralia over Kirksville, 20-17 in Kirksville. Panthers improved to 8-1. And Vanfar with a win over Scotland County, 46-14. And brings us to some Saturday football, as a matter of fact. The head coach of the Mexico high school football team, Steve Haag, in the house, and heading over to St. Louis this afternoon for a game against MICDS.
Yeah, they came here last year, so of course them not having lights puts us on a Saturday at 1, and so it'll be a little exciting time for the guys. They've never played on Saturday, so take a little trip down there and can see what happens.
Kind of break down MICDS a little bit for us. I know you saw them last year. This year their record is 4-4, but they play a lot of tough schools in St. Louis, as we all know. Talk a little bit about your competition today.
Well, the two D1 guys graduated, so that helps out a lot. I think they're similar to what they were last year. I think they're still trying to find a little bit of identity on offense. They have two different quarterbacks, and we know when one's in there, they want to throw the ball a little more, and then when they put the other quarterback in, they want to run. But they're big up front, both offensively and defensively. And, teams like when you play teams like this, they, rarely make mistakes. They're fundamentally sound, and so they are. And like you said, they play a lot of the private schools down there, the private schools that are really good. And so you really can't look at their record because it's good competition down where they are, and they play that competition. And so it's going to be a challenge for us, up front. But I thought we played well all year up front. We've answered the bell in that sense. But with some of the injuries we have, it's tough. Now we're going up that hill, and but we have some guys that are going to step in and hopefully get that job done and get that opportunity that they thought they should have had all year, and we'll see how they play.
Yeah, maximize your playing time. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, we want to kind of talk about districts a little bit, not looking too far ahead, but we think we know who your district opponent will be next week, and you'll be hosting, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we can make. It's harder to make up points later in the season. I think we're 3 points behind Warrenton per last night. We're the last points out there today, and so it's just hard to make up those 3 points late in the season. If it's week 2, it's a little different. And then Kirksville's right there behind us. Even if I don't think we'll lose that many points, but even if we did, we got the head-to-head over them, so we would jump back into the 4th position and play them at home next Friday.
All right, home game next week. Of course, you'll invite the Mexico faithful to be there and support. And again, what time is that kickoff today? And it's at MICDS. What part of St. Louis are we headed to?
Well, they say the best way to go is I-70 to 270 and down on Lindbergh. A little different tax bracket than what Audrain County is down there. And so one of the reasons they don't have lights is because people are like, well, why doesn't, they've got money, why don't they have lights? It's not about the money, it's about the neighborhood they're in. And so the neighbors don't like to have lights on at night. And take Lindbergh, and it's right there off Lindbergh, and you'll see a few private schools there, but very nice campus. They do a great job hosting, and it's a very nice area in St. Louis. So we're going to go down, and as we talked all week, we're going to go down and have some fun, get this last regular season game out of the way, and then get ready for districts.
Grab yourselves an Emo's Pizza and head over to St. Louis to catch the Mexico Bulldogs today against MICDS and Mary Institute Country Day of St. Louis. I want to wish you the best of luck today, and hopefully we'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. The head coach of the Mexico Bulldogs football team, Steve Haag. And, we do want to thank our sponsors, of course, Slumberland Furniture here in Mexico. Have a beautiful backdrop here, a nice-looking banner. They're our studio sponsor. Also, United Credit Union, Weber Family of Pharmacies, the Mexico School District, Arthur Center Community Health, and the Community R6 School District. And as a matter of fact, we've been talking about the big win last night that the Centralia Panthers had over Kirksville, 20-17 in Kirksville. We've got all seniors in the house this morning. As a matter of fact, we've got Chase Kempker, Anthony Ford, and Luke Waltemate. And want to say thanks for coming out this morning, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Glad to have you all here. We're going to talk first off with Anthony. You're a tight end, a linebacker, second in receiving yards. Kind of talk a little bit about your role on the team, and let's talk about that Kirksville game last night too.
Yeah, I would say my role, with the run-heavy offense we have is mostly, just being dirty up front and helping in that trench battle. Kirksville, hats off to them. They're a great, really well-coached team. Their record might not be so appealing, but, going into that game, they're going to be well-coached. They got physicality, they got players, so we had to stay focused, locked in the whole game, and do what we needed to do.
Absolutely, and we'll bring Chase Kempker into the conversation here. You're the leading rusher on the team, as I understand it.
Really?
You almost get a first down every time you touch the ball, 9.1 yards per carry. That's pretty good. Talk about, the success that you're having. You credit some of your teammates to help you out with that, right?
Yeah. It's definitely the line that leads that play. It's called like the wedge play. We call it the zero. And yeah, other than that, I'm in definitely more of a blocking role. I have a lot of lead blocks, a lot of kickouts, and that's kind of what I do.
Absolutely. Talk about that win in Kirksville last night. It must have been nice to last year. You lose to them, but this year you go on the road and you defeat Kirksville. How big is that for a boost to the morale of the team?
Oh, it's a huge win, absolutely. And from that win, we get 2 home tickets for districts, and we're gonna love that. So.
No doubt. We'll talk about your district opponent here in a minute, but we want to bring in senior Luke Waltemate. Your leading receiver, 169 yards, 42.3 yards per catch. Pretty impressive, sir. Talk about your role on the team.
Also, what Anthony said with the big run-heavy offense, I'm more of a secondary blocker. I go up and get the safety on most plays.
Yeah. 8-1 on the season so far. This is a phenomenal season. Just one loss there. Let's go and talk to each one of you about how important a big run in districts will be. We'll start off with you, Anthony.
It's very huge. Like Chase said, getting those 2 home tickets, assuming that, we make it past the first round of districts, which we're very confident in ourselves in doing. But, definitely getting those 2 home games in districts means a lot to us and the community. So we're very excited to host those games.
Number 2 seed Chase Kempker off this 8-1 season so far. What do you expect in districts? I mean, the sky is the limit. It's a tough district.
Yep,
though.
we have a very tough district, but it's going to be fun. I'm expecting to get past the first round. Then it starts to get tough, but I'm confident in our team, and yeah.
Luke, what about you? What does a big run in your senior season in the playoffs mean to you?
It means everything. I would like to play as much more football as I can. Don't have much left, but we'll see where it takes us.
Anybody committed to college at this point? We'll let anybody answer that question.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Nobody. Okay. Are you thinking? Have you been to any places for visits yet?
I've been to a couple visits for baseball.
Okay.
So,
Me as well.
Yeah. Baseball? You play?
I play baseball, but I'm not going to college for sports.
Okay. Well, what are you going to go to college for?
Civil engineering at Mizzou.
Very nice. You're going to stay around the area.
Heck yeah.
Very nice. Let's talk about your opponent. It's going to be Versailles at Centralia next week. Kind of what you have looked at for Versailles so far. Have you looked at any film? Has the coach told you anything about Versailles?
We've got lots of film on Versailles. We know we'll get a good defensive scheme going in. We're going to be well coached up for the game, and just really looking forward to it.
Same?
Oh yeah, no, we're looking past that game. I'm expecting to beat them for sure.
All right. What about you, Luke? Have you looked at any film yet for Versailles?
A little bit. You got to respect them, though. Just because they're not a great team doesn't mean we have to go in and play down to their level.
What kind of mind space do you get in going into the playoffs? You know, that always intrigues me. I know regular season you can always say, yeah, if I lose a game, I'm okay. I'm still going to be able to play next week. But if you lose in the playoffs, it's a go-home scenario. So what kind of a mind frame do you guys get into for those playoff games?
Well, I think the biggest thing that our coaches preach is like, Versailles, they're not coming to Centralia to play Centralia. They're coming to beat us, They're not going to let down for anybody. It is win or go home. So both sides have to play with that mentality. So, we got to focus up for districts for sure, knowing that we could go home at any point.
For you, sir?
Yeah, it's a flight or flight scenario. You never know which play is going to be your last. You can never take a play off.
Luke?
It's do or die after the regular season, so we just gotta fight.
Absolutely. We like to play prediction time here on the show. Mizzou taking on Vandy today. It's a top 10 team that they're playing. So we're going to start off over here with Anthony. What's your prediction, Mizzou against Vandy?
Well, I want to say this to start. My buddy over here on the left, he's a Vandy fan.
All right.
So I told him earlier on the car ride, I said we can be friends up until 2:45, and then we won't be until after the game. So
Right. Okay. What's your prediction?
I expect it to be similar to Alabama's game, but I think Mizzou comes out on top 24-21.
24-21, Anthony Ford's prediction. What do you think, Chase Kempker?
35-21 Mizzou.
All right, and now we go to the Commodores fan. Luke, what is your prediction?
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think Vandy's going to win 35-28.
35-28. 2 for Mizzou, 1 for Vandy here. Well, listen, guys, we certainly appreciate you stopping by. I want to wish you good luck on the rest of the season. You get on that deep playoff run, schedule out a little time to come in and talk to us on the Saturday morning sports show.
Will do.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
guys.
us.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And from Centralia football, all seniors here, Anthony Ford, Chase Kempker, Luke Waltemate, as they get ready to take on Versailles at home in week 1 of the districts next week. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, Slumberland Furniture here in Mexico, our studio sponsor, and also the United Credit Union Weber family of pharmacies, the Mexico School District, Arthur Center Community Health, Community R6 School District. Big thanks to them. And now we're going to kick it with the Mexico High School soccer team, as a matter of fact. We want to welcome then the head coach, Bill Gleeson, also senior captain, Grant Walker, and another senior captain, Alex Rodriguez. Thanks for coming out this morning, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to have you guys here. Coach Gleeson, let's talk a little bit about your season and, get us up to speed with that.
Okay. Well, it's kind of been an up and down season. We started out real big, and then we kind of struggled trying to find ourselves. But here lately, we've been back on the horse, and we're setting into a good rhythm to get into districts. So.
Absolutely. Senior night is going to be coming up. Grant Walker, we want to talk to you a little bit about that. You're the goalkeeper for the team. What does senior night mean to you? It's all you played all 4 years, I'm guessing. Yep.
It's our final home game. It's going to be our final home game of my career, so just want to have a good game, end with a bang, basically.
A lot of friends and family going to be there to support you that night.
There's going to be a lot there.
Does that add extra pressure for
I don't
senior
think
night?
so.
No? Does it make it a little easier?
Yeah, bigger crowd, more energy. So.
Absolutely. Alex Rodriguez, you are also a senior captain. You're one of the leading scorers on the team. Talk a little bit about your 4 years of soccer at the Mexico High School.
Well, my 4 years of soccer was I was having fun my first year as a freshman, and then later on until I got become better. Then I started to be more focused on the sport, and then now my senior year coming up is gonna mean a lot to me. Gonna miss all the people that I met through my 4 years, and yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk to both you and Grant, about what do you tell the younger players on the team? How do you prepare them for coming into the program of Mexico Soccer? We'll start off with you, Grant.
all the young guys have to do is they just have to want to play, and they'll succeed. If they want a win, they'll get a win. But they have to be focused on what they want.
Absolutely. Alex?
For me is if they just to what's called ask for questions if they need any, like if they need to, like if they want to learn something from me, then I'll help them, teach them to become so they can be useful, and so then they can pass it on to the next generation.
Absolutely. Relatively new soccer field over at the high school. Coach Gleeson, talk a little bit about that. How nice has that been?
Really, really nice. We had the old field was at the middle school, and it was a grass field, and it was in pretty bad shape. And so then they were going to redo it, and they were going to redo it there at the middle school. And then they decided that they were going to just do a whole big renovation. So they did, football and baseball and soccer all at once, and we got there to be at the high school, which was huge. And most of the teams nowadays are playing on turf, and so that was a big thing too, to be able to have turf that we could play on and practice. So when we played those teams, we'd be competitive with them as well.
Districts are coming up here very, very soon. Of course, senior night's going to be played against Canton. You kind of have an idea of who you're going to be playing in districts. Tell us about that.
So the actual district seating meeting was yesterday, and so we're going to get to play Southern Boone first round, which we feel is a pretty winnable game. We played pretty decently against them in regular season, so we feel like we can at least get past the first round of districts. So,
all right, Grant, your goals going into district playoffs?
Just have the team focus on what they want to do, and that's an easily winnable game for us.
Very
if
nice.
we just play how we can play, we can win.
Play your style of soccer. Alex, goals for districts, is it just win, baby?
Yeah, just win.
Right, all right. I love it. I'm curious how you do you watch any goalies or goalkeepers in hockey to kind of get any ideas? Are you a Jordan Bennington fan?
I don't watch a lot of hockey.
No, not a lot of hockey.
I mean, hockey'd be fun to play, but no, I don't watch a lot of hockey.
All right, very nice. Well, we do play prediction time. We've already gone over the Mizzou game, but we've got a big Monday Night Football game coming up. Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football against the Washington Commanders. The Commanders quarterback, I believe, is out. Let's go through and get the predictions for KC against Washington. Coach Bill Gleeson, your prediction.
I think KC's going to take that one. Especially because of the quarterback being out. So.
Any score prediction?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like to. I'm not a predictor. I think, though, KC will win big, though. I think by a lot. At least 2 touchdowns, at least.
2 touchdowns. All right, Grant?
I got 36-14 KC.
There we go.
36-14 Chiefs. Alex?
I guess KC. I don't watch football.
You don't watch football. All right, but KC.
Different kind of football, right?
That's right. Listen, guys, I appreciate you coming out here this morning. Want to wish you the best of luck on senior night
Thank you.
in the districts, and we'll stay in touch with you and keep following you guys. That's going to do it for another edition of the Saturday Morning Sports Show here live from Slumberland. We do want to thank our sponsors again, Slumberland Furniture, our studio sponsor. Also, the Arthur Center Community Health, United Credit Union, the Weber family of pharmacies, the Mexico School District, and the Community R6 School District. And that's going to do it. I'm Matt Pilger for the Mexico Ledger Saturday Morning Sports Show, live from Slumberland.